Livinus Nwosu, you're a thief, you are wicked, you're a manipulator, and you are evil. You are evil. And if anything should happen to this girl, Nigeria should hold you responsible alongside her family, and her blood will also be on your head. So Nigeria has donated money for this girl, and you took 4 million naira, and you're out there shaming this family that they spent the money, but you never told Nigerians that you received 4 million from that money.
Alright, so Livinus Nwosu, I hear say you thief 4 million naira. According to the guy that posted it, he said that Nigerians contributed money for a physically challenged person, and they contributed it through you, and you now stole 4 million naira from it. Livinus Nwosu, if this thing are true, I don't want to see you near tell anything. You automatically will not protect thief. We don't protect thieves. We cast thieves.
Mona, watch this video.
The 1.2 million you gave me, he brought one girl and gave it to her. But my sister said he now did another video that it was him that gave the girl the money.
Hold on. The money that I gave you, he collected money from
yes,
inside.
Yes, now that one.
Now, Odogwukiwi, you also said that you gave this girl 1.2 million, that you sent it to her account. I have checked this girl's statement and I did not see any deposit of 1.2 million. Like there was no deposit that was made with there was no 1.2 deposit that was made in that account. So I would like to know, which account did you pay in this money? I put it to you that you deceived this family, used their daughter and collected donations, and you never sent to them. You made them believe that you have paid in the money in her account, knowing fully well that everybody is sending money in her account. Now I would like you to provide us with evidence of that payment, and I also put it to you that if Livinus that have less than 5,000 followers can raise 20-something million, Odogwukiwi, you that have over 100 and something thousand followers as at that time will do better. And I put it to you that you raised over 30 million naira with that girl's story, because you, Odogwukiwi, have more followers than me. So please show us your statement of account from September 1st, 2024 run to December.
Now today I finally confirm the internet is really not a real place. To be truthful and sincere, do you know that this whole narrative of Odogwukiwi calling Livinus Nwosu a thief, a manipulator, a this, a that, switched completely to Livinus now calling Odogwukiwi a thief as well within a span of 4 days? Every narrative that was being spilled by Odogwukiwi was completely debunked and switched upside down on Odogwukiwi's head within a span of 4 days. That is how fast one could become a villain from a hero. Because just a few days ago, everyone was clapping for Odogwukiwi, calling him the master investigator, to right now, everybody dragging him and telling him to bring evidence. Even his own comment section are roasting him presently because of how he malhandled his investigation process. This is a person that was accusing somebody of being a thief and a manipulator, and in the same video still saying he was going to make investigations.
On the 24th of September 2024, you removed 1 million. On the 25th, 1 million. On the 26th, 1 million, because her limit is 1 million per day. And you did this via POS, and we'll investigate it if you deny it.
Which means he hadn't even made any investigation actually before spilling out all these accusations. Many will ask who this Odogwukiwi guy is, because his video to some people just started coming out on the FYP, while others have been on his page for a long time. Odogwukiwi is a person I would call a male feminist.
Sometimes it seems like most married men, they constitute more nuisance past some men who never married. Some of you are becoming more irresponsible, more shameless than people who never married.
Because his page is dedicated to exposing the wrongs of men and the stories that women tell of their bad experiences with men, which is a very good thing. Because in this world of ours, sometimes some people's stories go under the wall and nobody actually thinks about it. Nobody actually is there to fight for some people's cases. So what he does is that he focuses on exposing the stories of females who have had bad experiences with men. If it is a case that is a criminal offense, he chases down the accused person and do his possible best for the person to face the wrath of the law. I've even watched in some of his videos, his live streams on TikTok, where he actually is able to get people arrested for violence or criminal acts against women.
I have said this before, and I will say it again. Any man that you see that is always talking about virgin, make sure you marry a virgin. That man has a potential. There's 99% tendency that he's a child molester.
Now, this particular case is the one that brought his leg out, because in the eyes of many, he's looked at as an angel, as a person that can do no wrong, as a person that can not or never commit any crime. But this particular case actually is exposing him for things that people never believed was possible, as far as him being probably that thing that he accuses many men of being. There was a man he once labeled a Yahoo man, or somebody that cons females and take money from them, in one of his live streams.
His birthday coming up, so I sent him $100 for his birthday so he could go out and have a good time. So that was a gift from me, which is fine. But then he asked me if I could loan him some money, and I said, well, how much? He said, well, how much can you loan me? I said, the most I can do is probably $800. And he says, okay. He says, when can you do that? I said, I'll do that this week. So he says, I'll pay you back as soon as I get to England. I'll get my bank, so I'll figure it out. And he says, I'll send it back to you. And so I loaned him the money, and then it was about a month later, he went back home and whatever. And I kept messaging him, and he wasn't answering, and I said, what?
Right now, Livinus is actually accusing him of eating someone's money that was being crowdfunded for by his supporters and followers.
I put it to you that you deceived this family, used their daughter and collected donations, and you never sent to them.
This whole story started in late September of 2024 when Livinus Nwosu met a lady outside a chemist begging for money.
Now, by say give her the change.
Thank you.
The lady was looking skinny, dry, she couldn't even walk. And according to him, the lady has used all her money to buy drugs, to the extent that she used her phone as collateral to get drugs from the shop. No mom, no parents around, nobody helping her. She was out in the wilds all on her own, while facing so much pain. So he walked up to the lady, asked her what was wrong with her. She told him that she was a sickle cell patient and she was having pain, and that she needed drugs, painkillers, for the way she was feeling. Then Livinus Nwosu, a philanthropist and a helper that he is, innocently recorded it, posted the video while he paid for the drugs, bought her drugs, and she thanked him. When he posted this video, it gained so much traction, up to the extent that even Odogwukiwi came across the video. Then people started donating. But even before people started donating, Odogwukiwi reached out to the girl, told her to come on his live to explain her story. Note that at this time, Livinus Nwosu just started doing his philanthropy work. He was a prankster before then, so he was into that lifestyle of helping out people around. But he had the good heart to do it when he chose to. But Odogwukiwi at that time was already known to be that type of person that reached out to people and helped them when they are in distress. So Odogwukiwi had over 100,000 followers on TikTok alone at that time, while Livinus had barely 10 to 20,000. So you could see the margin, which was so large. Now Odogwukiwi made donations and people donated money to helping out this girl. With his battalion of followers that he had, he claims that they gathered up just about 1.2 million. On the other hand, Livinus started reaching out to people, his few followers, and started begging them to support and help this girl out, that she needed some money, because the girl claimed that she needed like 2 million for her medications and for an operation that she was going to do. At the end of the day, Livinus followers gathered up over 20 million naira. Now compare and contrast. Odogwukiwi, that had hundreds of thousands of followers, could gather only 1.2 million, while Livinus gathered up over 21 million. This particular money that Livinus gathered up was paid directly into the lady's account, into the Blessings Clement account. Meanwhile, Odogwukiwi collected the money that was paid for this girl in his own personal account. You could see already, without me even saying anything, that Livinus is already more transparent. But Odogwukiwi, who did his own a little bit coy, all of a sudden, after the money that was being donated from Livinus followers was given to the lady, because it was actually sent into the lady's account, over a span of a year, they finished all the money, and this lady didn't receive the best medical care. After like 6 months to a year, they started reaching out to Livinus again, begging him to come back and start supporting them again. At this point, followers of Livinus were like, no, we can't continue to help somebody like this. We have to, if they squander the money, let's focus on somebody else. At this point, the family who had squandered the money that was donated for the young lady, Blessing Clement, now started trolling Livinus. They went to Odogwukiwi's life, and that was when they told him that Livinus collected 4 million naira from them. Odogwukiwi, instead of doing actual investigation, decided to call out Livinus, insulting him and calling him a thief. That was the video that went viral.
Livinus Nwosu, you're a thief, you are wicked, you're a manipulator, and you are evil. You are evil. And if anything should happen to this girl, Nigeria should hold you responsible alongside her family.
Now, the money that they claim that Livinus collected from them, the 4 million, nobody can trace the 4 million. The 4 million is nowhere to be traced, no evidence of it. But they actually gave Livinus 1 million naira after he was able to rally around and bring over 21 million for them. They gave him 1 million as a form of thank you. They were being happy for the job that he did for them. On the spot right there, Livinus actually gave out this money back to sickle cell victims all around.
Appreciation for all the efforts, everything. The family decided to give me 1 million naira, so I want to thank them for that. But I will still post this video, because besides that 1 million naira, I will give out the 1 million naira to 10 persons. So I want 10 excess patients that you know that you are doing the excess patients, that you are staying within Bayelsa. But I don't want you to be outside, but I want you to see these 10 persons and give each of them 100,000 naira and make the video with them and see how people will support them. So I want you to see this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So blessings. Do you confirm this amount that was mentioned that you will receive?
Yes, I confirm.
So Nigerians, these people are very grateful for this support you are giving to them.
He promised that he was going to be sharing the money to 10 sickle cell victims, giving each of them 100,000 each. This was one of the other reasons that showed a much more higher level of transparency of what Livinus did and how Livinus had transactions with this family compared to how Odogwukiwi had transactions with this family. Odogwukiwi claims that the money that was donated into his own account, that was 1.2 million, that he had given them all the money. Meanwhile, Livinus claims that in that particular live on TikTok, where Odogwukiwi asked for volunteers to support, that he could count at least 3 million naira. And with the level of number of subscribers that he had and followers that he had, 3 million was an understatement, because that money would definitely be more than that. Now he's calling him out to bring out the receipts and his records from his bank that would clear his name that he didn't keep any money to himself. How the tables have turned.
Odogwukiwi, where your name, where the 1.2 million where you say you transfer to this account? Hey guys, I don't find this 1.2 million time. Odogwukiwi, Odogwukiwi, where the 1.2 million, where you say you send give blessing, I collect. Where the 1.2 million, I don't service, I don't sweat. Now your name at the start, 1.2 million at the start. I don't change it, I don't understand it. Where you there? Let 1.2 million, show where you there. Prove it. Post your payment proof. See, you go put video dey dance. For person video. For me, when carry girl go hospital, raise 20-something million. Okay, remember that I have less than 1K followers at that time, but you have thousands of followers, and you say you raise just 1.2 million, and even the 1.2 million cannot provide it. You know the show for statements, but you are eager to question who raised over 30 million, Oga. Nigerians.
Now, to be truthful and sincere, the way Odogwukiwi went about his investigation process was very mediocre. Someone came to you claiming that someone else did something wrong or committed a crime against them. Without actually doing in-depth investigation, you went straight all out to call out the person, when you know that the person would be most likely at a position to defend himself. You now, with half facts, without full basis, came out to call the person out, making it seem as though you had an emotional attachment with the issue, which means you were most likely having grievances with the person or the connections that the person has. This is purely malicious.
If they give you swear now, if you swear, say Livinus carry 3 million.
So I can swear because
all right.
You would have to prove yourself, because you calling out the family, you asking the family to bring out evidence by swearing isn't an evidence at all. You can't tell them to swear. Swear not the key person. Swear not they bring out truth. People swear every day. Nothing happens. Now you are telling them to swear. Can you swear that? That doesn't make any sense. The family has shown a high level of greed and selfishness in all the processes. They've eaten the girl's money in the past. They've actually transferred money that they can't defend and all. You know, you should know all this, yet you choose to defend them without doing pure investigations.
You know your phone for transfer. Means I will the password for transfer. What if you buy something with and delete it?
If you buy a man, they can clean and make.
How much you use buy?
7,000.
You see, and I use some money. Maybe some money day now. You will waste time. For that shop, Nashi. And you transfer the money for them.
You do my phone, everything. They show my pin.
Odogwukiwi will have to come out and be more transparent and tell us how he spent the money that was being sent to him. Everyone should be careful with the way they react, especially when it comes to public, because you can never tell where the social media investigators are. People like me will gonna investigate and then drag you eventually. Anyways, like and sub to the channel. Please subscribe. It is very important. Subscribe to the channel so that you can see my new videos every day.